Center for the second half of tonight's Southwestern Athletic Conference doubleheader. Our second contest features the visiting Golden Lions of the University of Arkansas Pine-Bluff and your Tigers of Jackson State. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to focus your attention to courtside. And each home game, we honor our professor of the game for their many contributions to the community and Jackson State University. Please join me in welcoming tonight's professor of the game, Dr. Teresa Demerant. Dr. Demerant is a native of Jackson. She was educated, of course, at the I Love Jackson State University for the past 5 years. She's been a professor, program coordinator, and advisor in the Department of Chemistry, Physics, and Atmospheric Sciences. Our professor of the game, Dr. Teresa Demerant. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineup. First, the Golden Lions of UAPB. 6'6" senior out of Greenville, number 2, Marquel Carter. 6'7" junior out of Starkville, number 3, Marquedrick Bell. 6'8" junior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, number 12, Terrence Manyard. 6'4" junior from Pine-Bluff, Arkansas, number 23, Juan Morris. And 6'1" grad student from Jackson, number 14, Marcus Wallace. UAPB is coached by Mr. George Ivy, and his assistants are Richard L. Kenyon, Kenny Rawls, and Kerry Shelton. And now the starting lineup for your Tigers of Jackson State. At forward, a 6'4" senior from Memphis, Tennessee, number 30, Khalil Spencer. At guard, a 5'9" senior from Jackson, number 5, Dartelius Peter Ross. At another guard, a 6' junior from Jackson, number 3, Jonas James. At forward, a 6'6" senior from Aurora, Illinois, number 1, Roland Griffin. And at guard, a 6'6" senior from Houma, Louisiana, number 0, Ben G. Wallace. The Tigers are coached by Mr. Wayne Brent. His assistants are Casey Burke, Daxwan Dixon, and Chris Woodall.
Hey, Queen, we got someone for them girls. I don't
Tiger Basketball is sponsored by Blue Shield, Zaxby's, Richard Schwartz, Main Street Investments, Portage Insurance, Team Logic IT, Snoop Star, Motor Body Shop, TCL Financial and Tax Services, McCullough Physical Therapy, Shrimp Basket, and Tsunami Trucking. Tiger fans, on your feet to the Tigers score the first basket. On your feet, Tiger fans. Terrence Manyard. first. First team foul. Benji at the line with 2 shots. UAPB foul on number 12, Backyard, the second.
To the top now with the basketball for Arkansas Pine-Bluff. Here's a shot from the left side. It is no good. And Pine-Bluff with the rebound. Shot went out of bounds. They're going to say a shot clock violation. But I thought they hit the rim, but that ball may have gone out of bounds.
I think it went out of bounds.
Coming out of the ball game for Pine-Bluff is Terrence Banyard. McDice is in now for UAPB. Artavius McDice. And he is from Columbus, Mississippi. And he has a famous father. Right?
Son of Antonio McDice, my main man, McDice. I always love to watch him play.
Yeah, I know that was one of your heroes.
He will. Still is.
As well as Eric Dampier.
Absolutely.
All right, travel call on Jackson State as the Tigers turn it over. 16:31 to go here in the first half. JSU 6, Pine-Bluff 2.
2 quick turnovers for the Tigers. On the last one, Roland Griffin tried to feed the ball in to Khalil Spencer and turned that ball over and just that turnover then. Got to take care of the basketball to give the Tigers.
Daquan Morris has it for UAPB. He'll hand it to Bell. Bell dribbles across the perimeter, puts it into the hands of Marquel Carter. Carter trying to penetrate. Kicks it out now to Marcus Wallace for 3. It's in and out. No good, but an offensive rebound by Pine-Bluff. He lost it into the hands of Peanut Ross. Ross dishes it over to Jonas James. Jonas cross-court pass to Griffin. Now Jackson State working that ball inside to Khalil Spencer. Turnaround shot, no good.
Khalil Spencer got it inside, turned around, good-looking shot, just didn't fall for him.
Khalil Spencer and Peanut Ross with plenty of rest. But they missed the last 2 games. Here's Wallace now with another 3-point attempt. And it rolls around, no good. And Jackson State had to rebound, but Griffin hit the floor, and it's going to always be called a travel. Timeout on the floor. Jackson State 8, UAPB 2. We're back after this 1-minute break on the Tiger Sports Network.
Campus Improvement Grant by using hashtag Jackson_RYS20 in your tweets and Instagram.
Assembly Center. Jackson State opening up this game, shooting 50% from the floor on 3 of 6 shooting. Pine-Bluff has made only 1 of 4 shots in this ball game.
Just a notable stat, I talked about the turnovers for the Tigers. Right now, the Golden Lions have 3 turnovers, and the Tigers have 3 turnovers as well.
15:36 to go here in the first half. Jackson State needing a win tonight, and they are hoping for a win from Mississippi Valley against Grambling. A lot of people around the table say that ain't gonna happen, but it could. Javius McKinnis trying to get that block on McDyess, but a foul call on J-Mac.
See, these are the things that we talk about with J-Mac. Don't whack down, just hold your hand straight up. He just got in the game. We don't want him to get in foul trouble. We need him on the offense as well as on the defensive end throughout the course of this game.
Now, he had plenty of minutes in that win against Mississippi Valley on Saturday.
And he was an absolute maniac on the boards because he had 20 rebounds and 11 points.
He certainly did. That free throw by McDyess is good. Jackson State's lead has been trimmed to 8-3. McDyess second attempt, up and away, and it is no good. But McDyess gets his own rebound as it clanged hard off the back iron. UAPB with the basketball, trailing 8-3 here in the first half. Pine-Bluff in the front court, 2 hours left, and they just throw that into the stands. It'll be Jackson State's ball.
Out of here.
Don Brown, the head coach of the Lionettes of UAPB, had a lot of support from her family members tonight, which was good to see. Here's Peanut Ross with the basketball for Jackson State in the front court, 2 hour right. Gets it in the corner to Tristan Jarrett. Jarrett shot in the lane, no good. He gets it right back. He scored 27 points on Saturday against Mississippi Valley. Here's James in the lane. Ball kicked, picked up by Ross. 13 to shoot now for Jackson State. Ross gives it to Roland Griffin. 6 to shoot now. Griffin has to put it up. It is no good. McKinnis tried to get the rebound or the putback, but Pine-Bluff comes away with it. Marcus Wallace with the basketball for UAPB, being played by Roland Griffin. Pine-Bluff trailing 8-3. Wallace hands the ball to Bell. Bell thought about firing, knocked away, and picked up by Jackson State. Ahead they go to Tristan Jarrett, lays it up, and he hits the floor. He was fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Nice steal to look ahead and got the steal. Peanut got that steal and threw it up ahead to Tristan Jarrett, who was streaking down the sideline to take it to the basket to get fouled. Just another opportunity for the Tigers to score from the free throw line.
On the floor for Jackson State, Javius McKinnis, Roland Griffin, Peanut Ross, Jonas James, and at the line, Tristan Jarrett. They are your Jackson 5. Jarrett's free throw is no good.
About to say, Jonas James was kind of slow getting up after that last play. Hope he's okay.
Jonas probably weighs about 112 pounds.
He's super quick.
But he is a quick guy. I'm just kidding. He weighs about maybe 175, 180. Jackson State extends the lead to 9-3. And according to his dad, his head coach of the Lanier Lady Bulldogs, he doesn't like to eat that much.
Really?
He couldn't live with you. Because every time your elbow bends, your mouth fly open. Here's Pine-Bluff now. In the front court, that shot over Wallace is good by UAPB.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Jameel Wilson with that basket for Pine-Bluff, cutting Jackson State's lead to 9-5. Here's Ross at the top for Jackson State to Benji Wallace. Now Tristan Jarrett along the right baseline. Gets it to J-Mac, back to Jarrett. 7 to shoot for JSU. Trying to work it to Roland Griffin. Griffin in the lane, turns around, shoots and hits.
The ball was passed inside to Roland Griffin. He turned to the inside, just rose up above the defense, knocked it down.
Jackson State 11, Arkansas Pine-Bluff 5. Golden Lions score inside with Bell. That's a name we really don't like to say here, Jackson State. Bell.
My goodness.
12:46 to go here in the first half. JSU in the front court to our right. Peanut Ross at the top. Passes to his left to Benji Wallace. Now to Griffin. Back to Peanut. Peanut for three. He can hit that shot, and he does.
Peanut can knock down that three-point shot easy with regularity. You can't leave him open.
Jackson State by a touchdown at 14-7. Ball went out of bounds. Last touch by JSU.
Khalil Spencer returned for the Tigers.
Getting set to come in for Jackson State is Kanan McClellan. As Benji Wallace goes out, Roland Griffin is out, and Khalil Spencer is in for Jackson State. Nice crowd on hand for this Monday night affair. The Athletics and Assembly Center off the inbounds. Pine-Bluff almost threw it away, but they keep it alive. Marquise had it, gives it to Bell along the right wing. Down low they go to Marquise Carter. Carter trying to work that right baseline. They have to kick it out. There's a three-point attempt for UAPB. In and out, no good. Pine-Bluff doing a good job of crashing the boards. As McDice almost knocked over one of the JSU cheerleaders. Be careful over there, man. 11:57 to go. Jackson State 14, Pine-Bluff 7. We're back after this 1-minute break on the Tiger Sports Network.
Give on your smartphone or desktop to donate to our athletic program or any specific sport. We thank you for your unwavering support.
He must be new. All right, welcome back to the Athletics and Assembly Center. I want to say a good job to the young man bringing the stats over. That's my buddy, isn't it?
It is your partner. Y'all had an encounter at Alcorn on the reservation.
11:57 to play here in the first half. Jackson State off to a hot start in this game, shooting 50% on 5 of 10 shooting. Pine-Bluff has made 3 of 7 shots in this ball game.
Just a notable stat, the Tigers are shooting 75% from the free throw line, 3 of 4 shooting.
All right, out of the timeout, JSU with the basketball. Jonas James almost had it knocked away, but it will stay with Jackson State. Marquise Carter knocked that ball out of bounds. Marquell Carter, rather, knocked that ball out of bounds, and it will stay with JSU. Jonas James dribbles across the perimeter to the hands of Tristan Jarrett. The three, and it's good.
Correction, 2-point basket for Jarrett.
They call it back. It looked like a 3, but they call it a 2.
Jackson State extends to a 16-7 lead. Under 12 minutes to go here in the first half. JSU looking for the season sweep of Arkansas Pine-Bluff. Trying to improve its status in the SWAC standings. Kanan McClellan comes away with that steal for JSU. Jackson State now back in the front court, and Jarrett is called for travel.
Tristan Jarrett had just knocked down a big, long 2-point shot. Got it back in the same spot, looked to drive, just picked up took too many steps.
Jamil Wilson brings the ball into the front court for UAPB. Stolen by Javius McInnes. Here comes Jackson State now in transition. Jonas James puts it up, and it came right back out. James, though, gets the steal for Jackson State. What a hustle play. Jarrett for 3, no good. Rebounded by McInnes. Jackson State with several second chance points on this possession.
What I like about this play just then, even though with so much commotion going on, with a lot of loose balls everywhere, The Tigers slowed it down.
Tristan Jarrett shoots from the right baseline and knocks it down. And Jackson State extends to an 18-7 lead over Arkansas Pine-Bluff with 10-11 to go here in the first half.
Tristan Jarrett has really gotten off to a quick start.
He hit 27 on Saturday night against Mississippi Valley. Here's Bale now. Carter for three from the left side, way off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Khalil Spencer. McClellan brings the ball into the front court for JSU. Jarrett penetrates, puts it up, cannot get it to go. Rebounded by Jarrett. It went out of bounds, and it was last touched by Jackson State.
Again, for the Tigers, they're moving the basketball really well. Just slow down and get the higher percentage shot. They can get the shot that they want right now. Just slow down and get that shot.
Well, they say it was touched last by the black and gold, so JSU will inbound the basketball. Wilson in now for JSU. Jackson State 18, Pine Bluff 7. 9:44 to go here in the first half. Benji Wallace will trigger the ball in along the baseline.
The Tigers have an inbounds play where they set the pick maybe for a down screen for Roland Griffin.
Griffin gets it. Now kicks it out to Wilson. Wilson will give it out high to Jonas James. Back to Griffin in the lane. Griffin can have his way. Puts it up, and it's good.
Roland Griffin is so strong when he catches that ball in the mid-post. He got a spin move or just drives and drops that shoulder and lays it in.
Coming up on 9 minutes to go. Here's Jackson. Here's Pine Bluff losing the basketball. It's on the floor. They fight for it, and they're going to say jump ball, and the possession arrow keeps it with Arkansas Pine Bluff.
It's always good to see a team when a loose basketball is on the floor, to see the team jump down on it and fight for that basketball. I've been saying throughout the whole time of this season, when the basketball is on the floor, you got to get on the floor and claw for it.
See, that's probably one of the reasons that I did not play basketball, because if they're on the floor like they just got through doing, I'm running away from it. But you ain't scratching me up down there. Hit me in the face. I'll tell you that right now.
All for the love of the game.
That's right. All right. Pine Bluff now trying to work it inside. Knocked away by Griffin. And Pine Bluff trying to keep it alive, but Jackson State comes away with it. Darian Wilson has it. Ahead to Tristan Jarrett. Jonas James has it near the JSU logo. Jackson State in the front court to our right. The Tigers move the ball from left to right. 14 to shoot. Under 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Wilson has it along the right wing where the SWAC logo is on the court. Bounce pass to Roland Griffin. Griffin in the lane, had his shot blocked. He hits the floor, and they're going to say it will be Pine Bluff's basketball.
When Roland Griffin caught that ball inside, it was about 3 Arkansas Pine Bluff players flanked around him at that moment.
Jackson State 20, Pine Bluff 7. Here in the first half, under 9 minutes to play. They try to go inside, and a nice play by the Golden Lions as Chris Smith, the senior from Memphis, scores inside. Tigers lead is 20-9 over UAPB. Here's Jonas James in the lane, skips it past to Benji Wallace. Now back to James at the top, working around that high post. James now trying to go inside, and a foul is called on Arkansas Pine Bluff. They have a pretty tall team, Frank. They're what you call a airport basketball team. That means they look good walking through the airport.
You know, I had never heard of that. Out of all of the little sayings, as you call them, that's been said, I never heard of that one. That one is pretty good. I like that.
I got that from Coach Lafayette Stribling, who's in attendance tonight. The legendary Lafayette Stribling. He told me that.
It's always good to see Coach Stribling on the sideline, and he's always clean. I really admire that about him.
He's got a pink suit on tonight. Here's Benji Wallace for three from the corner. It's no good. Rebounded by UAPB's Daquan Marsh. They get it to Marquell Carter. Working against Peanut Ross. He's got the size advantage over Peanut. Now at the top, Pine Bluff swings that ball around. 16 to shoot for UAPB. Marsh has it for Pine Bluff along the right baseline. Now Marsh takes a dribble, trying to go inside. It was knocked out of bounds, and a foul called on Pine Bluff. We have a timeout on the floor, 7:33 to play. Jackson State 20, Arkansas Pine-Bluff 9. We're back after this 1-minute break on the Tiger Sports Network. Man, what's wrong with you?
I can't mess with you.
You gonna eat all of them? Not Athletics and Assembly Center. Jackson State leading Arkansas Pine-Bluff 20-9. JSU looking for a win tonight to improve its stock in the SWAC standings. JSU also needing a win from Mississippi Valley against Grambling to move to the 4th spot in the conference. Right now, it's not looking like that's going to happen because Grambling is leading Mississippi Valley 29-16.
Wow.
Out of the timeout, Pine-Bluff with the basketball. Bell pulls up with the short jumper, no good. Rebounded by Javius McKinnis. He had 20 on Saturday against Mississippi Valley. Jonas James puts it up and the ball is stuck between the rim and the backboard. What happens there, Frank? That's a jump ball, and they get a possession error to Jackson State.
Right, alternate possession.
All right, so JSU will inbound the basketball to get it to Benji Ross. Pulls up from the top of the key, and Benji Wallace. I said Benji Ross. Giant. Jackson State extends to a 22-9 lead. You can see what JSU missed Peanut Ross and Khalil Spencer. They have provided a definite spark for Jackson State tonight.
Yes, they have. See, a lot of people don't understand. Teams don't understand that Peanut can knock down that three-point shot if you leave him open, and he plays great defense.
Pine-Bluff shot from the top is good by Wilson, cutting Jackson State's lead to 22-11. Under 7 minutes to go. Here in the first half, Ross dribbles to his left. He was honored before the ball game as the JSU seniors were honored for their last regular season game here at the Athletics and Assembly Center. Benji Wallace throws up the shot, draws the foul, and Wallace will go to the line for Jackson State.
The reason for the Tigers moving the basketball so well and getting to the free throw line, you know what, they came out of it being very aggressive on the defensive end, and as well as on the offensive end, they're moving the basketball, not just standing, not being stagnant. And when you do that, it's going to give you more and more opportunities to score from the line or score in the lane.
Benji's free throw is good.
Way to bump.
Extending Jackson State's lead to 23-11. 6:20 to go here in the first half. Benji taking aim at his second free throw attempt, and it is good.
Way to bump.
Jackson State 24, Arkansas Pine-Bluff 11.
The Tigers are applying the pressure in the half court.
Peanut Ross almost came away with that steal that went out of bounds, and it will stay with UAPB again. Jackson State 24, Pine-Bluff 11. I'm just making you feel at home in JS because I know that's how they say 11 in JS, isn't it? 11. How old are you, son? 11.
My goodness.
How many marbles do you have in your bag? 11.
JS won't stop.
Here's a shot from the top by Pine-Bluff, no good. Jackson State with the rebound. Jonas James. Three-point attempt by Wallace from the right corner, and it's good.
Wallace.
The Tigers came down and moved the basketball, gave open looks for Benji Wallace, and he was able to knock it down.
Jackson State 27, Pine-Bluff 11. JSU starting to open this game up against the Golden Lions. Marcus Wallace goes inside, and that pass is good. That basket is good, rather, by Chris Smith of UAPB.
As I said in the beginning of the game, for the Tigers, it's about rotation on the defensive end. You can't give up easy layups. You got to play help side defense and come over and contest those shots and those easy layups.
Coach Brent told his team the playoffs begin tonight. He said that Saturday against Mississippi Valley. Jonas James pulls up with the mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded by the Golden Lions. Under 5 minutes to play. Here's Marquell Carter. Almost had it knocked away, but kept alive by Pine-Bluff. And it is stolen now by Jackson State. Jonas James going all the way in. And he's called for the offensive foul.
Time foul, Jonas James is first.
That's the first foul on Jonas James. 4:43 to go. Jackson State 27, Pine-Bluff 13. Kanan McClellan now in the ball game for Jackson State. He wears number 10 for the Tigers. Marcus Wallace will bring the ball into the front court for UAPB. Marcus played at Provine High School during his time here in Jackson.
Absolutely. And a solid player for the Rams.
Jamil Wilson has it at the JSU logo, gives it to Marcus Wallace along the right wing. Now they go down low, put the ball into the hands of Chris Smith. Back to Wallace, 5 to shoot now. Wallace has to put it up. And they call another foul on Jonas James. That's 2 quick fouls on Jonas as Peanut Ross will come back into the ball game.
Jonas James. Second. Peanut Ross checks in for the Tigers.
Peanut Ross is such a floor general. And I've said that throughout the course of the season. He can handle the basketball, he can play defense, and he can knock down the three-point shot.
McKendrick Bell triggers that basketball in. Excuse me, gets it into Jamil Wilson. Here's a three-pointer for UAPB. That's something that I would shoot because it didn't hit nothing. Peanut Ross bounce passes between his legs to Tristan Jarrett. Jackson State getting a little bit fancy. Now Ross thought about a three from the right corner, gives it to Kanan McClellan. They swing that ball around. Down low to Peanut, three-pointer. This time it's good.
I just said that Peanut Ross can knock down the three-point shot. You can't afford to leave him open because he can knock it down with regularity.
Jackson State 30, Arkansas Pine-Bluff 13. Under 4 minutes to go. Marcus Wallace for three, no good now at Pine-Bluff. He was hitting that shot. Roland Griffin hits the floor, and he didn't like it as he was pushed down to the floor by big old Chris Smith. Roland didn't like it, but instead he gets up and walks to the bench, which is a fantastic thing for him to do. Timeout on the floor, 1 minute break. Jackson State 30, Pine-Bluff 13. We're back after this on the Tiger Sports Network. How long is it going to take you to eat that?
I'm probably not going to eat all this.
Where they come from? You went over there?
Like a picture problem.
That's my boy there. Thank you, young man. He got all the marbles. .33 to go here in the first half. Jackson State off to a hot start against Arkansas Pine-Bluff. The Tigers lead the Golden Lions 30-13. Leading the way for JSU is Benji Wallace with 9 points in the ball game.
Just a notable stat for the Tigers. They're shooting 83% from the free throw line, 5 of 6 shooting.
JSU has opened this game with a 9-0 run. Out of the timeout, Ross has it for the Tigers. He'll give it to Tristan Jarrett. Again, Jarrett with 27 points on Saturday night against Mississippi Valley. Jackson State gets it to Javius McKinnis, puts it up, can't get it to go. Got his rebound, went back up with it. It won't fall, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by UAPB.
Also, just another little stat as well. The Tigers only have 4 turnovers throughout the first half, and the Golden Lions have 11. So the Tigers are taking care of the basketball.
George Ivory not liking what he is seeing from his team. He told us that several of his key players were out the last time Jackson State played in Pine-Bluff. So JSU will inbound the basketball. McClellan will trigger the ball in, gets it to Spencer. Now to Ross. McClellan pulls up from 3 from the right side. It's no good. And it went out of bounds, and it will go back to UAPB.
The last possession, I think the Tigers really kind of rushed it on the offense, being rushed the shot, and get a higher percentage shot on the next possession.
Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Jackson State 30, Arkansas Pine Bluff 13. UAPB in their black jerseys with the gold numbers trimmed in white. Jamil Wilson. We go inside to McDyess, who scores over Spencer. Jackson State 30, Pine Bluff 15. JSU is led by as many as 17 in this ball game. 3-point attempt for the Tigers, no good. Rebounded by McClellan. He took that over 3 UAPB defenders. Khalil Spencer in the lane, puts it in.
Nice pass by Peanut to find big Khalil Spencer inside for the turnaround jumper. He's able to knock that down with regularity as well.
Yeah, he's a big old boy. Jackson State back up by 17. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Wilson over to Marcus Wallace, being played by Peanut Ross. They go inside to McDyess, and McDyess hits the shot over McInnes, and a foul is going to be called on Tristan Jarrett.
Time to foul, Tristan Jarrett is first.
Tell you what, McDyess was trying to send that ball to Pearl. River. So at the free throw line is McDyess. Artavius McDyess. Shooting the and one. Not a good free throw shooter as he missed that one.
Khalil Spencer's all over the board with that big rebound.
Kanan McClellan has it now for Jackson State in the front court to our right. Tristan Jarrett along the right wing. Now bounce passes it to Peanut Ross at the top. Back to Tristan. Tristan penetrates, goes up with the shot. And a foul is called before he attempted that shot. Foul called on Arkansas Pine Bluff. That foul is going to be called against Artavius McDyess. What did it say? 34. It said 24, 34. That's Chris Smith. That's his first.
2 shots for Tristan.
This will put Tristan at the line for Jackson State. Shoots and hits.
Way to bump.
Tristan Jarrett with 6 points in the ball game for Jackson State.
I call Tristan Jarrett a sneaky player because the way he scores, he's so cool with it and calm. You won't even know how many points he scores. You look up and he goes from 1 point, the next thing you know he has 30.
He hits a second free throw, extending JSU's lead to 34-17. He has 7 so far in the night.
Second.
So a foul is going to be called on Javius McInnes. That is 2 on McInnes, and he will go out of the ball game with 1:33 to go. Pine Bluff will inbound the basketball. Did she say something?
She was telling us that it was food upstairs at halftime. She was asking if we were going to be on the air. She hated we were going to be on the air because they were going to they had good food up there for us.
Okay. Here's Wilson for 3, and it rolls in for UAPB. Cutting Jackson State's lead to 34-20. Tigers led by as many as 17. Lead is now 14. Under a minute to go. It has been a great first half for JSU. Roland Griffin working against Smith, and it's good.
like I said, if you let Roland Griffin get into the mid-post in his sweet spots, he'll go right into the defense, into the chest of the defense, and put it in off the glass.
Tigers back up by 16, 36-20 with 38 seconds to go. I'm just trying to, keep you home. That's how they say 38 in JS, 38. 8 seconds left to shoot for UAPB, down to 6. Marcus Wallace has it out high, penetrates, cross-court pass. Wilson falls down. They didn't have time to do all of that. Wilson of Jackson State fell on that basketball, and he is pumped up.
Wilson is excited and was playing great defense, and he's from Brookhaven, Mississippi, which is not that far from JS, Mississippi.
17.7 seconds to go. Jackson State leading 36-20. The Tigers will play for the last shot, no doubt. Vinci Wallace has it. Who would you give it to, Frank?
Either Tristan or either give it to Roland Griffin.
That's Tristan for 3, and you called it, Frank, as he knocks down that 3 at the buzzer, and Jackson State will go into the locker room leading 39-20 at the half.
Like I said before, Tristan Jarrett is a sneaky player. He can score points in bunches, and you won't even realize that he went on an offensive onslaught on you until you look at the score at the stat board.
All right, at the half, Jackson State 39, Arkansas Pine-Bluff 20. We're back after this 2-minute break. Tigers Sports Network.
Fans, focus your attention to the court. The SWAC Indoor Championships were recently held, and our Tigers represented well. Chuck Collins, a freshman from Livonia, Georgia, was first in the 200 and 400 meters. Christian McNair Jones, a junior from Atlanta, was first in the 60-meter hurdle. Alan Johnson, a junior from Atlanta, was first in the 800 meters. Jalal Galama, a junior from Conyers, Georgia, was second in the mile and 3,000 meters. Eddie Parrish, a senior from Jackson, was second in the high jump. Mercy Chabet, a junior from Nairobi, Kenya, was third in the 5,000 meters. Hannah White, a junior from Chandler, Arizona, was second in the shot put. And the men's 4x4 relay, Chuck Collins, DeAndre McGregor, Deontay Ford, and Alan Johnson finished in second. Let's give our SWAC Indoor Jackson State Tiger tracksters a round of applause.
And welcome back to the Penn Street Investments halftime show. Jackson State at the half, leading 39-20 over UAPB. Leading the way for JSU, Tristan Jarrett with 10 points. He has pulled down 2 rebounds in this ball game. Now, Javius McKinnis, he had 20 rebounds on Saturday night. He has 3 tonight, and he has not scored in this basketball game. Are you concerned about that, Frank, at all?
Not at all, because it's a long half coming up. So it's easy for J-Mac to get involved. Once he gets some rebounds around the rim, catches some lobs around the basket. So it's easy for him to score points. All you got to do is lob it up to the rim, and he'll go get it.
Roland Griffin with 8 points at the half for Jackson State. Leading the way for Arkansas Pine-Bluff is Jamil Wilson. He has 7 points for the Golden Lions, 5 from Artavius McDyess. Jackson State leading the Golden Lions 39-20 at the half. JSU's biggest lead was 19 points in the ball game. Pine Bluff has not led in this game. They did tie the ball game at 2 early, but the Golden Lions have not led, and I know Coach George Ivory is giving it to his team tonight. Again, want to say congratulations to Coach George Ivory. He was recently inducted into the SWAC Sports Hall of Fame, and if anybody deserves that, he does, no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to take another 2-minute break and come back. Our halftime score, JSU 39, Pine-Bluff 20. This is the Tiger Sports Network. Valley down by 21.
Fancy Dazzlers are having tryouts March 28th and 29th, Saturday and Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. each day at the Walton Payton Center, Studio D. For more information, contact
Alabama A&M takes Southern on TV tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Preston. Again, the Dazzlers tryouts are Saturday and Sunday, March 28th.
It's going to be an interesting SWAC tournament.
It is. It is.
Studio D.
All right, welcome back to the Athletics and Assembly Center. The Baby Tigers on the floor right now entertaining the crowd. And they are always a sight to see them, right?
They really are. And like I said before, anytime I see the youth out here dancing like this, it's really inspiring to me. I love the arts. I love the dance. I love this type of stuff. It makes me want to get out here and cut a step myself.
No, you stay right where you are, Frank. Okay? You don't need to go cut nothing. We'll be taking you right next door to CMMC.
Now get out there and show out.
You will.
Put on a show.
So, Frank, right now at the half, Jackson State halfway through this basketball game. Again, they need help from Mississippi Valley tonight. Now, Jackson State will be in good shape if they win out, which would be the next game is going to be on Thursday against Alabama State and then Saturday against Alabama A&M. So let's take a look at other games around the SWAC with our Porter's Insurance SWAC scoreboard. At the half, Prairie View trailing Alabama A&M 24-23. Also at the half, Grambling blowing out Mississippi Valley 43-22. And Alabama State is leading Texas Southern 30-22 with about 3 minutes to go before the half. Here, Jackson State leading Arkansas Pine-Bluff 39-20. We'll take another 2-minute break and listen to the band on this Tiger Sports Network. Lil Willie got a shirt. We're back at the Athletics and Assembly Center for the Penn Street Investments halftime show. Jackson State leading Arkansas Pine-Bluff 39-20. And Frank, what will it take for JSU to maintain this lead and walk out of here with a victory?
Like I say, right now the Tigers are sitting at 10 turnovers to Arkansas Pine-Bluff 12. You don't want to turn the basketball over. Also, fast break points, getting out of the fast break, laying the basketball up. Also defending the back, rotation on defense, not giving up easy layups, not giving up uncontested shots. So you want to defensively rotate just as the first half. Also, Coach Britt turned up the defense and turned up the defensive pressure with the half-court trap. Continue to trap. We want to create even more separation, finish in the open court, and finish out this second half and win this game and get ready for that next game on Thursday night.
Are you concerned about the fact that Javis McKinnis only has one block in this ball game and has no points?
Not at all, because at any given moment, he can block shots. And even the shots that he doesn't block, he changes them because he's so long around the rim and jumps so well. So he don't have to have a whole lot of blocks to have an impact on this game, because once he contests and not foul, that will change the game within itself. So Javius can get going on the offensive end, he can block shots, and he can get rebounds, and he can do those things in a hurry. So it's no big deal. The Tigers just have to stay focused and win this game.
All right, Jackson State leading Arkansas Pine-Bluff 39-20 here at the half. I want to say congratulations to the JSU ladies. They wrapped up the SWAC regular season title earlier tonight as they defeated Arkansas Pine-Bluff. JSU will be the #1 seed in the SWAC basketball tournament, and for the JSU ladies, it will begin next Tuesday here at the Athletics and Assembly Center at 7 o'clock. Now that's provided that the men don't host the game, so for now the JSU ladies will play at 7 o'clock on Tuesday night here at the AAC against Arkansas Pine-Bluff. Still a lot to be decided on the men's side. Pine-Bluff still with a chance to get in the tournament. Now they come in 9th place, just above Mississippi Valley. Mississippi Valley has been eliminated. So Pine-Bluff trying to catch Alabama A&M, which is leading Texas Southern tonight. I'm sorry, Alabama A&M leading Prairie View tonight in Prairie View. That would be a big win if Alabama A&M can hang on. So we'll keep you abreast of that score as well. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with the start of the second half after this on the Tiger Sports Network. Oh, you ain't gonna share? You gonna share? I want home. See? can tell, the Athletics and Assembly Center is rocking from the sound of the sonic boom of the sound there, right?
Yes, it is. It is rocking, like you said, to say the least. And I'm excited about it. Just to see Snacks out there taking jump shots at half court, senior night. The Lady Tigers just became the regular season champion. To see Coach Reed, to see the entire coaching staff, you know, winning and enjoying in this moment right here is getting me excited myself.
All right, the Jackson State seniors on the men's side playing their final regular season home game tonight. Roland Griffin, Dontelius Ross, Hunter Shelton, Khalil Spencer, Benji Wallace, and Thomas Snacks Lee. Now, Thomas Lee is the manager for the Tigers, and he's dressed up in a JSU basketball uniform tonight. He may see some action. He told me before the game, he said, "Did you see JSU's newest member?" I said, "Who?" He said, "Me." So we'll see if Snacks is going to get on the floor tonight.
And if he gets out on the floor, you better not leave him open because he can knock down the open three-point shot.
Yeah, he actually can. Jackson State basketball this season brought to you by Zaxby's, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Richard Schwartz and Associates, Miss Kelly's Furniture, Penn Street Investments, Porter's Insurance, Team Logic IT, STEM Stars, Bowden Body Shop, McCullum Physical Therapy, and TCL Financial and Tax Services. Rob J. Frank Williams Jr. bringing you the play-by-play story from the Athletics and Assembly Center on this Monday night in Jackson. On the floor to start the second half for JSU, Peanut Ross, Khalil Spencer, Benji Wallace, Roland Griffin, and Jonas James. They are your Jackson 5.
And speaking of big Khalil Spencer and Peanut Ross, it's just good to see those guys back out on the floor for the Tigers because, again, they bring so much to the team, and when they're not on the floor or available to play, it shows.
Marquel Carter will start for UAPB here in the second half along with Daquan Mars. You got Bell starting, Terrence Banyard, and Marcus Wallace. Marcus gets it, but had his shot blocked by Jonas James. Here's Benji Wallace in the lane trying to pass it. Down low, the ball went out of bounds, and it will go back to Pine-Bluff. Pine-Bluff in their black jerseys with the gold numbers and the gold letters, UAPB, along the front of the jerseys. Jackson State in all white with the blue numbers, and the words Jackson State in cursive on the front. Can you write in cursive, Frank?
I can.
I just, I didn't know if they taught that anymore. They stopped teaching cursive writing, did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yes, sir. All right, here's Carter now trying to penetrate. Nice shot off the glass. A big old Carter. Jackson State's lead is down to 39-22 after that basket by Carter. Davis McKinnis not in the ball game to start the second half as he picked up 2 fouls early in the first. Benji Wallace down low to Roland Griffin. Griffin inside, missed, went back up with it, and puts it in.
Roland Griffin caught that ball inside. I call it anywhere inside the 13 to 12 feet is a sweet spot.
Pine-Bluff now Terrence Banyard at the top. Area number 12 for UAPB, gives it to Marcus Wallace on the left wing. Wallace back to Banyard at the top, working against Khalil Spencer. Banyard, oh, what a nice steal by Spencer.
Spencer with the quick hands to slap that ball out of his hand.
Jonas James now trying to penetrate left of the lane, off the glass, and it's good.
Jonas James was able to get inside the teeth of the defense and got in the lane and just rose up above and banked it off the glass.
Jackson State 43, UAPB 22. A minute gone by here in the second half. JSU looking for the season sweep of the Golden Lions as Pine-Bluff goes inside to Bell. Bell goes up with the right hand, missed the shot. It went in and came back down. Roland Griffin hits the floor, holding his head. Hopefully he's okay. Okay, that foul was called on Terrence Banyard of UAPB. J. Mack now in the game for Jackson State. Khalil Spencer goes out. He has given JSU some quality minutes tonight, right?
Absolutely. They hit some big shots. 15 to 17-foot jumpers around the rim, rebounds. Like I say, he brings a lot. Big Khalil Spencer.
There's Peanut Ross. Bounce passes to Benji Wallace in the left corner. Now to Roland Griffin at the top. Out high to Jonas James. 12 to shoot for JSU. James is going to penetrate and try to find Spencer, but instead he finds Benji Wallace for 3, and it's good.
Jonas James made that pass. He passed it. It went through Roland Griffin's hands, and Benji Wallace caught it and hit the three.
Jackson State extends to a 46-24 lead, rather. All right, Peanut Ross had that ball bounce right off of his face. Benji Wallace gets it right back, goes up with it, draws the foul, and Benji hits the floor as well. All right, bodies flying all over the floor tonight. Peanut Ross hit the floor. Benji hit the floor. Is everybody okay?
Benji Wallace has been really active tonight. Getting steals, getting rebounds. Looks like the referees are coming over to deliberate on that last foul.
But they're going to see if it's an intentional foul. Jackson State players want an intentional foul. The officials now looking at the replay monitor being operated by a fan of the Green Bay Packers. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. 17:05 to go here in the second half. Jackson State 46, Pine-Bluff 24. Once again, send out our condolences to the family of Shirley Walker, the legendary basketball coach at Alcorn State. Lost her husband Lonnie last week. Lonnie will be, services for Lonnie Walker will be on Sunday. The officials came over and told us that there will be a flagrant foul.
Right.
About that. This flagrant foul will be against Arkansas Pine-Bluff. That was nice of him to come over and tell us.
It really was. That was really nice.
Yeah. So JSU will shoot free throws.
A flagrant foul on number 14, Marcus Wallace.
Wow. And Marcus is not a dirty player. It's just, I guess, you know, the moment.
Right.
He's not a dirty player at all. So a flagrant foul called against Marcus Wallace as Benji Wallace hits the free throw. They're not related at all. Their names are not spelled the same, although it sounds alike. Benji Wallace and Marcus Wallace.
Right.
Benji is W-A-L-L-I-S.
Way to bump on that last free throw.
Okay. He didn't bump on that one.
He did not.
But he does give Jackson State a 47-24 lead. Marcus will come out of the ball game. Coach Ivory can't believe it because Marcus is he's a soft-spoken guy. He's not an angry player at all, but he is an intense basketball player.
Yes, he is.
In fact, during this time at Provine, when they had the big skirmish with Provine, I think it was Callaway or Murrah, one of them, in high school, and Marcus was the only one that was not fighting.
Wow.
So Jackson State will inbound the basketball as Roland Griffin trying to go up with it, and a foul is going to be called on Roland. Foul on Bell, rather, as Roland was making his move to the basket.
When Roland catches that basketball on the block, he takes two hard dribbles and will spin inside and turn around for the easy layup with the left hand. Only thing happened, he just got hacked where he couldn't put it in.
So Roland at the free throw line, and I will tell you this, he is a very good free throw shooter, Frank. And he hits that.
Way to ball.
Jackson State 48, Pine-Bluff 24. Roland's second free throw is good. He prides himself on free throw shots.
Right, he really does.
Jackson State needing a win from Mississippi Valley. Ain't happening. Grambling leading Valley 47-27. Okay, they're going to call this foul on Jonas James of Jackson State. Jonas will come out as Tristan Jarrett comes back in for the Tigers. Pine-Bluff will inbound the basketball, trailing 49-24. Carter gets it in to Wilson. Wilson, the smallest player on the floor here tonight. He is quick. He'll hand it to Daquan Marsh. Marsh dribbles around the perimeter into the hands of Carter. 6 to shoot for Pine-Bluff. They wasted a lot of time here. Bell goes up with it along the left baseline. No good. But Pine-Bluff gets the offensive rebound. Went back up with it. The shot is good. And a foul called on Jackson State. That's on J-Mac. That's 3 on him. Cat got your tongue?
Does not. I was just sitting here just thinking about how that was just a funky sequence of the game, because the shot was taken. I think Roland Griffin went to get the rebound. It bounced off of his head. He missed time to jump. It bounced off of his head, and it ended up in Carter's hands, and he laid it up and got fouled. That's what I was sitting. I was just in awe of the fact that played, how funny the ball can bounce. It's a lot like life. Sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce your way.
Make a lick of sense. Pine-Bluff not able to get the and one. Jackson State with the basketball. Oh my goodness, the philosophy of Frank Williams Jr. from JS, Mississippi. All right, Roland Griffin has it at the top for JSU. 10 seconds to shoot for the Tigers. Griffin trying to make a move to the basket. Shot clock down to 6 now. Griffin has to put it up. It's short, rebounded by UAPB. Pine-Bluff trying to bounce that ball down low to Bell. Bell with his back to the basket. Now dribbles out with it. Shoots over J-Mac for 3, no good. J-Mac remains in the ball game for Jackson State. Ball went out of bounds, and it will stay with UAPB. Timeout on the floor, 15:45 to go. Jackson State 49, Pine-Bluff 26. We're back after this 1-minute break on the Tiger Sports Network. Welcome back to the Athletics and Assembly Center. I don't know what I'd rather see tonight in Jackson State blowing out Pine-Bluff, or you sitting here eating. Because you have eaten a meal from the VIP room. You've eaten a big box of nachos with cheese. Now you're munching on some Lorna Doone cookies, man. And this don't make no sense.
And I enjoyed every minute of it.
All right, out of the timeout. Jackson State with the basketball, and the Tigers with the steal by Roland Griffin. A rare dunk by Roland, and Jackson State extends to a 51-26 lead.
I was wondering if Griffin was going to dunk that basketball. Just good to see him slam one. We know you can get above the rim. Just decided to turn it over.
JSU 51, Pine-Bluff 26. Jackson State starting to walk away with this one as UAPB will turn it over again. Foul called on Arkansas. Pine-Bluff. JSU led in scoring by Benji Wallace with 13 points. He is 3 of 7 from the floor, 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
Right now, the Tigers, just a notable stat, the Tigers are shooting 83% from the free throw line, 10 of 12 shooting.
Wow. Jackson State not bad of a free throw shooting team. Tristan Jarrett has it for JSU. Oh, what a steal by UAPB. Nice steal by Marquell Carter, and he goes down and throws it down. Wow, that was nice. That was nice, Frank. He picked Tristan's pocket at midcourt and went down there and slammed that ball down.
No comment.
You're not gonna give him credit for what he did.
He did. That was a nice drive.
I had to get it out of you. Tristan Jarrett trying to penetrate and puts it in for 2. You say you like basketball. That was a nice basketball play.
Right, it was.
Oh, my goodness. 14:35 to go. The officials talking to both teams now. They don't want to get this one out of hand. Roland Griffin talking to the official. Tristan Jarrett is at the line for Jackson State.
I love to see referees when they you know, get the game under control.
Let's go back to that play by Markel Carter. He's picked that pocket right at midcourt and went down there and slammed that ball for Pine-Bluff.
It was 2 points.
Technical foul charged to UAPB's Terrence Banyard.
Terrence Banyard is called for the technical
He
foul.
just threw him out.
Okay, he's called for 2 back-to-back technical fouls, so he has been ejected. Banyard needs to keep it quiet. Well, I mean, he can talk all he wants now because he's been thrown out. Wow. And you know, the officials, they were holding play because it was getting a little chippy. Banyard now talking to George Ivory, and he has been thrown out of the ball game. He has to go to the locker room. Banyard does not like that at all. At the free throw line is Roland Griffin for Jackson State. Hits the first free throw.
Way to bump.
Jackson State 52, Pine-Bluff 28. Roland hits the second.
Way to bump.
And he misses that one. Now, this is also a foul, so he's shooting, I don't know how many free throws he's going to shoot tonight. His 4th free throw is good.
Way to bump.
Jackson State 54, Pine-Bluff 28. Roland Griffin with 3 free throw shots. Yeah, because it was 2 technicals.
Right.
So Roland now with 15 points in the ball game.
Now Tristan to go to the line and shoot 2 more.
This is from the foul.
Right.
Tristan missed it. He's 3 of 5 from the line, and he made that one. He is 4 of 6 from the line tonight. Jackson State extends to a 55-28 lead. Coach Ivory cannot like that. Jackson State with 4 points from the free throw line.
Right.
Pine-Bluff in the front court to our right. Bale with his back to the basket, working against Khalil Spencer. Out high to Wilson. Here's a 3-point attempt for UAPB. That's good by Carter, who was left wide open. He's talking to the fans along the side. Jackson State 55, Pine-Bluff 31. 14 minutes to go here in the third. I'm sorry, in the second half. I'm thinking about the women's game.
Foul number 14, Marcus Wallace, the second.
So Marcus Wallace picks up that foul. Pine-Bluff going to foul themselves out of this ball game.
Right.
Tigers are in bonus. Tristan at the line.
Tristan Jarrett at the line for Jackson State. 13:58 to go. Tristan hits that free throw, extending the lead to 56-31.
Way to bump. I've been saying that a lot, like right back to back to back.
Tristan hits the second. You don't get one on that.
I'll let it rest.
How you going to start something and let it rest?
I'm going to let that one rest on that particular free throw.
If you start something, like they say in JS Mississippi, if you start something, you got to finish it. You can't stop, wait a bump at the end of the season.
And you know what? You're absolutely right.
You can't do that.
They say that in JS Mississippi. If you start something, you got to finish it. You're absolutely right.
Well, how did he hit that free throw and you don't give him a way to bump?
Look.
Let me tell you something. You in the wrong place to be tired.
I'm not.
In the meantime, Pine-Bluff at the free throw line. Daquan Morris hits the free throw. He don't get away to bump.
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, okay, calm down. Jackson State 57, Pine-Bluff. That should be 32. 31. And that second free throw kind of rattled around the rim. JSU picked it up while it was still on the rim, and they put 32 on it.
On that play, Roland Griffin didn't allow it to roll off the front of the rim. It was still within the cylinder. You got to let it roll off. He snatched it off the rim.
All right, and they will count that as a basket.
Now, in FIBA rules, you can snatch it off, and it won't be a violation.
Who rules is that?
FIBA.
What is that?
International basketball.
Okay. Well, this is SWAC. No fever. Thought they'd count that basket. They hadn't put 33 on there for Pine-Bluff right now, so it's still 32 on the scoreboard. In the meantime, Benji Wallace has it along the left wing to Javius McKinnis, who's back in the ball game, turns around with a shot, missed it, but he was fouled on that play. Some of the fans starting to make their way to the exit. Plenty of time left in the ball game, though.
Yeah.
So they call that foul on Bale. That's 4 on Bale, as McKinnis will go to the line. Now, they did not count that basket.
They hadn't put that other point up there.
No, they have not. McKinnis, free throw is good. He don't get a bump.
Way to bump.
I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on here. You have way to bump from game 1. Now, with 3 games left, your way to bump is malfunctioning. So McKinnis missed that second free throw. According to the scoreboard, it's 58-32 Jackson State. Benji Wallace almost came away with that steal. It goes out of bounds and it will stay with Pine-Bluff. See, you know, I'm starting to see a pattern here.
What's that?
When Jackson State starts to blow a team out, then your power runs down.
No, it does not.
Oh, my goodness. Daquan Morris tried to throw that down over 2 JSU players.
Yes, he did.
Here's Carter with the spin move in the lane, and he gets it to go. Boy, that would have brought the house down had he made that.
It really would have.
Pine-Bluff trailing 58-34 with under 13 minutes to go. Benji Wallace has the basketball, being played by Keshawn Stokes, who's now in the ball game for UAPB. So an offensive foul called on Roland Griffin. That's only his first with 12:38 to go here in the second half. Stokes now in the ball game. Keshawn Stokes for UAPB, a 6'2" freshman from Headland, Alabama. Wilson brings that ball into the front court for UAPB, knocks over Peanut Ross, and a blocking foul is called on Ross.
Wow. Usually Peanut Ross really gets that call, that charge call. He looked as if he was there, held his position, didn't get it.
12:33 to go in the second half. Jackson State 58, Pine-Bluff 34. Peanut Ross goes out with 2 fouls. Jonas James back in the ball game for JSU. The JSU Tigers leading 58-34. And McNice is called for the offensive foul. Well, actually, they call that on Marquell Carter of UAPB. Jackson State trying to get a win here tonight and hoping that Mississippi Valley can beat Grambling. And Grambling, that ain't happening. Grambling leading Valley 63-29.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a lot to a little. Here's the bomb to Javius McKinnis. Wow.
See, that's what I was talking about. All you got to do is throw it up to the rim and let J-Mac go and get it. Once he goes and gets it, once you throw it in the air, he can go and get it with regularity.
And that had these fans on their feet now. In the meantime, a blocking foul on J-Mac. That'll be 4 on him. 11:54 to go. We have a timeout on the floor. Jackson State 60. Arkansas Pine-Bluff 34. We're back after this 1-minute break on the Tiger Sports Network. Welcome back to the Athletics and Assembly Center. Jackson State leading Arkansas Pine-Bluff 60-34. The JSU Sonic Boom putting on a show with the music from Dougie Fresh, the show. Jackson State looking for a win here tonight and hoping that Mississippi Valley can somehow beat Grambling. And Grambling right now, Valley is trailing by 34 points.
Wow.
Out of the timeout, Stokes is at the line for UAPB, leading the way for Jackson State in this ball game. Roland Griffin with 16 points. You got 3 JSU players in double figures. Benji Wallace with 13 and Tristan Jarrett with 14.
Now, you spoke about earlier about me getting quiet. Right before the band started playing, they started playing the song Mop. I started to get up and start doing the mop out here.
Well, I hope you get up and do something. Because I think eating all those nachos and the VIP food and the Lorna Dunes got you sleepy.
No, I'm wide awake. I'm a live wire right now.
Okay. With no insulation. Here's Tristan Jarrett with Jackson State. Down low to Roland Griffin working against McDyess. Morris now for 3 for JSU. It's in and out. McDyess with the rebound. McClellan back in the ball game now for JSU. Tigers lead at 60-36. McClellan almost got his hands on that steal. Here's Marquell Carter trying to make his way inside, and foul called on Jackson State. That foul called on Roland Griffin. That's 2 on Roland.
The Tigers have been very aggressive on the defensive end, and that's the difference between the score right now. Every time the ball goes to the post, the Tigers are clamping down, double and triple teaming, knocking the ball out of bounds. I mean, all over the floor on the defensive end with the utmost intensity.
That's who you want at the line. You want McDyess at the line. He's not a particularly good free throw shooter. Here's McClellan, and he's called for traveling. Just didn't have anyone to pass it to as he got in the lane.
Right, he drove the lane, kind of got stuck, got ready to try to pass it, tried to throw it behind his back, turned the ball over.
Coming up on 11 minutes to go here in the second half, Jackson State with a 60-36 lead over Arkansas Pine-Bluff. JSU led 39-20 at the half and have not let up. Wilson trips over McClellan, and they call a foul on 11. 11's not in the game. Oh, I'm sorry, they call it.
Yeah, they call it on Jonas James.
They call it on Jonas, so this will be a 1-and-1. This will put Wilson at the line. So Jonas picks up his 4th foul. So Coach Brett now will have to make some change. He said everybody in the locker room is going to have to contribute, especially with Khalil and Peanut out during those last 2 games. So everyone seems to have contributed here tonight for JSU.
And they really have. That's why I said the team has banded together in the absence of big Khalil Spencer and Peanut, and won games and played really hard. And even now, the team has banded together and put on an absolute great defensive effort so far in this game.
Wilson missed the front end of that 1-and-1. Jackson State with the basketball. They give it to Wilson of JSU. Being played by Stokes. Now to Peanut. 13 to shoot for JSU. Peanut being played by Wilson of Pine-Bluff. Now Wilson of Jackson State has it, gives it to McClellan. 6 to shoot for JSU. He has to put it up here. McClellan trying to split the double team, puts up the floater, is short, and they call a shot clock violation.
Roland Griffin went in to try to get that rebound. I think he got tripped up by one of the UAPB players.
Looks like one of the UAPB players is holding his calf. That's Daquan Morris. Hopefully he's okay. He tried to go in with that Showtime slam a moment ago. Over 2 JSU defenders. 10:30 to play. Jackson State 60. Arkansas Pine-Bluff 36. Elsewhere, Alabama A&M trailing Prairie View in Prairie View 38-32. Second half just underway there. Mississippi Valley trailing Grambling 63-29 midway in the second half. And Alabama State leading Texas Southern 38-35 in the second.
Tristan Jarrett came over and made a big block on the defensive end.
Wilson for Pine-Bluff with that shot from the outside, no good. Rebound by Peanut Ross. He falls down, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it will be UAPB's basketball. Peanut just I guess the court monster tripped him up.
Right, it was like he was looking up the floor and kind of tripped over his own feet and went down, slid.
All right, 9:57 to play here in the second half. There's a timeout on the floor. Jackson State leading Arkansas Pine-Bluff 60-36. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back on the Tiger Sports Network.
4 points, 12 rebounds. Deja Rogan, 14 points, 4 steals. Mo Hamer, 14 points, 6 rebounds. Asa Lucky, 7 assists and 5 rebounds. And Summer Williams was on the board with 9 rebounds. Congratulations.
Think Valley can come back?
Regular season champ,
They're not going to come back.
They just down by 34.
Caleb Hunter had to go on an onslaught. I really was afraid of that team, though, if that team had gotten into right. If they had gotten into the SWAC tournament, because when you have a team that shoot 3-pointers like that, okay, they may miss a lot of them. But what happens if a team like that gets in the tournament and the shot starts to fall?
I'd rather they be in there. $9:57 to go. Jackson State basketball this season brought to you by Zaxby's, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi, Richard Swartz and Associates, Skelly's Furniture, Penn Street Investments, Porter's Insurance, Team Logic IT, STEM Stars, Bolden Body Shop, McCullum Physical Therapy, and TCL Financial and Tax Services. Well, they just don't do taxes, they know taxes. All right, out of the timeout, Pine-Bluff with the basketball as Stokes went inside and he draws the foul. A foul called on Wilson of Jackson State. This will put Stokes back at the line for Jackson for UAPB. Stokes wears number 00 for the black and gold of Pine Bluff. Free throw no good. Also in the game for UAPB is Jordan McNair. He wears number 4 for Pine Bluff. It seems like everybody named McNair should wear number 9.
Right.
You want to tell him you on the air?
He just touched me and went on.
Okay. Stokes' second free throw is good. Jackson State 60, Pine Bluff 37. Peanut Ross will bring the ball into the front court for JSU. Ross to Benji Wallace. Wallace to Roland Griffin, back out high to Peanut. Peanut working against Wilson, or McNair rather. Now to Tristan Jarrett. Makes a move along the left baseline. Ball knocked away, went out of bounds, and it will go back to UAPB.
For the Tigers right now, you don't want to get too complacent looking at the scoreboard, catch yourself looking at the scoreboard. You want to continue to play hard, play good defense, because like I say, you never know what could happen, number one, and number two, you're playing for the next game as well. Once this game is over, it's all about making good habits, moving into the next game.
Pine Bluff will throw that ball away, and it goes right into the hands of a member of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. 9:09 to go here in the second half. JSU inbounding the basketball and we're bringing it to the front court. Tristan Jarrett brings that ball into the front court for JSU. He's working against Khalid Campbell of UAPB. Out high to Peanut Ross. Jarrett now in the lane. Goes up with it off the glass and it's good.
Tristan Jarrett.
Like I said before, Tristan Jarrett is such a sneaky player. You'll look at him and not realize that you may say, well, he has 2 points. You'll look up again and he'll have 25.
He gives Jackson State a 62-37 lead. Stokes being played by Tristan. Puts it into the hands of Campbell. Campbell to McNair. Now to Carter. Shoots from the left elbow. It's no good. Rebounded by Benji Wallace.
Benji Wallace with that rebound, and he's been very active on the defense as well as on the offensive end tonight for the Tigers.
Jackson State trying to work it inside to Roland Griffin, knocked away by UAPB. McNair has it as he had it almost knocked away. Stokes now with it. Stokes in the lane. Nice finger roll, but he can't finish. Into the hands of Roland Griffin. Griffin for Jackson State. Bounce pass to Tristan Jarrett. Jarrett puts it up. Can't get it to go. Markel Carter made him change that shot. Here's Stokes now for UAPB. In the ball game for Pine Bluff, Alvin Stredick, a 6'8" freshman from Bay City, Texas, rather, as Pine Bluff scores inside. Jackson State 62, UAPB 39.
For the Tigers, they have a play where they bring up Benji Wallace, and they bring him off of like maybe a down screen, and he comes across the baseline for an easy look.
Here's Dorian Wilson for three from the top, off the mark, off the side of the rim, as McNair gets the rebound for UAPB. Coming up on 7 minutes to play here in the second half. JSU 62, Pine Bluff 39. Here's a three-point attempt for UAPB, nowhere near the basket. Rebounded by Carter, and he was fouled as he went back up with it. Carter, a good-looking basketball player. He's from Greenville, Mississippi.
Right.
It's not too far from Pine Bluff.
No, it's not. Like I said before, Mr. Rob, anytime you see a shot leaves the player's hands and the backspin is spinning the other way, you know what they call that?
What's that?
A scuttle ball.
All right, we're going to take a timeout as we hear the anecdotes from JS Mississippi. 7:01 to go. Jackson State 62, Pine Bluff 39. We're back after this 1 minute break on the Tiger Sports Network. Where you get that from?
A scuttle.
Uh-huh.
See, most people shot when they shoot, it's the rotation spinning backwards like this. Look, if that shot is going like this, that ball going like this, that shot ain't going in, man. That's a scuttle ball. It's a scuttle.
Where that little baby that came over here the other day?
I don't know where she at.
I don't remember Carter. He's a good player.
I do.
You remember him?
I remember him.
7:01 to go here in the second half. Jackson State with a 23-point lead over UAPB, 62-39. JSU looking for the season sweep of the Golden Lions. At the line for Pine Bluff is Markel Carter, the 6'6" senior from Greenville, Mississippi. He's a very good-looking basketball player. And he hits that free throw. How did he escape the state of Mississippi to go to Pine Bluff?
Right, good question.
Carter wearing number 2 for Pine Bluff. Second free throw attempt is good. He hits them both. Jackson State's lead is 62-41 over UAPB. JSU with some great basketball players of their own. You got Javis McKinnis, Jonas James. Here's Benji Wallace. That shot short, rebounded by Stokes of UAPB.
Benji Wallace, like I said before, has been all over the floor, on both ends of the floor for the Tigers.
Morris has it to Carter for 3 from the left side, and it's good. Wow.
Timeout, UAPB.
Jackson State 62, Pine Bluff 44, 6:34 to go. After that three-pointer made by Markel Carter. Let's see if we can take a look at the SWAC scoreboard update for you. Jackson State needing a win tonight from Mississippi Valley and Grambling. Ain't gonna happen. Right now with 3 minutes and 52 seconds to go, Grambling leading the Delta Devils 74-55.
Wow.
Can the Devils come back?
Not going. But
elsewhere.
Next question.
Prairie View leading Alabama A&M 45-35. In Prairie View, they have not lost at home this year. That's a place that they won't lose with about 15 minutes to go. And Alabama State leading Texas Southern in Houston 46-40 with about 13 minutes left in that one. Here, Jackson State leading Pine Bluff 62-44. And out of the timeout, careless pass by Jonas James as he throws it out of bounds.
Jonas James just then threw that ball away, but he saw Benji Wallace streaking to the basket, threw it to him just a little bit too high, and communication was off.
And Jackson State assistant coach a little bit upset.
He really did.
After that, you know, see, that's why I couldn't be a coach. I would have said, okay, man, you're a good player. Don't worry about that. Get it next. But you got Kaysen.
Absolutely. Because, again, you cannot pick up bad habits right here at the end of this game, and you don't want to take those bad habits into the next game. The next game affects the next game.
Well, don't you think Jonas felt bad about throwing that ball away? He doesn't do that a lot. He's not a bad player. So I would, me being a coach, would have said, don't worry about it. Get back down the floor. See, that's why I didn't play basketball. You ain't gonna holler at me like that. All right. Jackson State gets the rebound off the missed free throw. Tigers lead it 62-45. As Morris was 1 of 2 from the line. Here's Jonas now. Spins, turns around, shoots, and it's off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by UAPB.
Nice move by Jonas James, just couldn't finish it on the spin.
Here's Morris trying to bounce past that inside. It was stolen away by Jackson State. 5:37 to go. Jackson State looking at 2 wins in a row if they can hold on to this one. Some of the fans starting to make their way to the exit. Carter almost came away with the steal as Jonas James tried to get that to Javis McInnes. We got a lot of coaches in the stands. We have a lot of coaches in the stands. Jonas over to Tristan Jarrett. That shot from the right baseline. Actually, that's okay, that wasn't Jarrett in the ball game. That was Kenneth Lewis, who's in for JSU. And a foul called on Pine-Bluff. This will send Kenneth Lewis to the line for Jackson State. Tigers up 62-45. This could be the last game of the year for Jackson State here in this arena on the men's side.
Wow.
Lewis missed that free throw. Depending on the order of the SWAC standings. Lewis 1 of 2 from the line. Jackson State looking to be one of the top 4 teams. The top 4 teams will host games in the SWAC tournament beginning next week. Jackson State right now in 6th place. They needed a win from Valley over Grambling, and that will not happen tonight. If the Tigers can steal, they close out the season with the 2 wins in Alabama. They could very well get a 4 seed. Here's Stokes, almost lost it. UAPB with 7 to shoot. That shot is up, it's no good, but a foul called on Kenneth Lewis, the freshman from Olive Branch, Mississippi.
On that particular play right there for the Tigers, you don't want to bail UAPB out with a foul with only 3 seconds left in the shot clock. They played really good defense up until that foul at that moment.
Jackson State with an 18-point lead.
The coach is over there looking at him like, what in the world were you doing?
See, that's why I couldn't play no basketball. But you ain't gonna look at me like that. All right. That free throw by Wilson of Pine-Bluff is good, cutting the lead down to 17, 63-46.
Talk to me about your philosophy when we've talked about it before, where you say, if the coach say, everybody run, if one of them don't make it back in time, everybody got to run again. You say you wouldn't run again? How would you handle that situation?
I'll tell you one more time. Wilson missed that second free throw. If I'm running in practice and I make it in a lot of time and everybody else don't, and he say, everybody run again, I was like, oh, wait, coach, hold up. I made it. They didn't. That's too bad. I ain't running no more.
And he gonna tell you, son, if you don't run again, you know, never mind.
Roland Griffin off the glass, and it's good. I'm telling you.
Roland Griffin is so super strong down low in his sweet spots on the post.
If we're all in practice and everybody runs,
right,
and I'm the only one that make it back in the allotted amount of time, and they make me run again because everybody else didn't make it, ain't happening.
And you gonna tell the coach that you're not gonna run.
I'm gonna tell the coach, I made it. They didn't. I'm going to sit here while they try it again.
He going to say, son, get over there on that line again.
Then we're going to have a bad misunderstanding. All right, an offensive foul. Offensive foul call. Here's a lob. McGinnis, you make me talk about this. Javius McGinnis with the jam off the lob by Jonas. Jonas throws the perfect lobs to him.
Like I said before, all you got to do is throw it up to the rim and watch J-Mac go get it and slam it down. If J-Mac goes, gets that lob, catches that lob, you better watch your head.
That might do it. Coming up on 3 minutes to go, JSU extends to a 67-46 lead with 3:28 to go. We'll take a 1 minute break and come back. The Tigers in full control of this one, leading Pine-Bluff 67-46. We're back after this 1 minute break on the Tigers Sports Network.
I wonder if we're going to see some stacks. Uh-oh, we might see stacks.
No. Ain't no way.
Might see a little stacks get in this game.
Ain't no way.
Might have see stacks get in this game, man.
They gonna put Snacks in there for real. Let me get another battery. All right, 3 minutes, 28 seconds to go. And we have
I've been wondering, are we gonna get snacks in the game? Everybody's excited. Get snacks in the game. Get snacks in this game, man.
Thomas Lee has taken off his warm-up, and Thomas Lee may get in this game for Jackson State. He's been the longtime manager for the Tigers, so we may see Thomas Snacks Lee in the basketball game. Out of the timeout, Benji Wallace has it for JSU. The Tigers up 67-46. This would be a good time to put Snacks in there. Here's Benji Wallace with a series of moves along the right baseline, and foul is going to be called on Arkansas Pine-Bluff. Snacks can shoot the long jumper.
Snacks can hit that three-point shot with regularity, so you do not want to leave him open. If he gets in this game, he can very well knock down a three and score.
Snacks wearing number 35 for Jackson State. We'll see if he can get in. Benji Wallace, in the meantime, missed that free throw. Snacks sitting right beside Dayswan Dixon. So we'll see if he'll get in the ball game with 3:08 to go. I don't know where they found a uniform for Snacks. Here's Benji, 1 of 2 from the line, extending the lead to 68-46.
These type of moments like this, just to think about Snacks getting in that game, is something that I enjoy just being a part of. It's just, I promise, it's just like just letting dreams come true.
Bell in the lane on a foul call on Jackson State. Snacks fully dressed in his JSU uniform. The fans want to see Snacks in the ball game. Some of the fans Kevin, let's see, you got Josh Everett coming into the game. Some of the fans said, we don't want him, we want Snacks. And the fans are cheering, we want Snacks. Will Coach Brent put Snacks in the ball game? We'll have to see. Snacks, the longtime manager.
People want to see Snacks in this game.
Here's Bell at the line for Pine-Bluff, missed that free throw. Pine-Bluff not a particularly good free throw shooting team, as Bell missed that one. Jackson State 68, Pine-Bluff 46 with 2:54 to go. This could be the last home game for Jackson State this season. The Tigers should not end up in one of the top 4 spots in the SWAC Basketball tournament. Bell's second free throw, he missed them both. All right, Jackson State with the basketball, under 3 to play. Benji Wallace has it for JSU. Wallace dribbles to his left. Jackson State in the front court to our left. Here's Kenny Lewis. Went up with a shot, and it's good. Wow.
Kenneth Lewis got into the teeth of the defense and lobbed it up right over the defense. A teardrop touched the sky.
And Jackson State fans, they want snacks in the game. Coach Brent sitting with his hands to his face. Here's a three-pointer by Carter for Pine-Bluff, no good. Rebound by Jackson State. And it looks like Snacks may be going into the ball game. Snacks is getting up. Snacks is getting up. Oh my goodness. So we have a basket by Roland Griffin. Snacks getting up, and he will come into the ball game for Jackson State. He's at the scorer's table. Jackson State extends to a 72-46 lead. Snacks is in the ball game.
Snacks is in this game, man.
With 2:05 to go. Thomas Lee in the ball game for Jackson State. This is his first time playing for the Tigers this season. Snacks wearing number 35.
Way to bump on that free throw.
All right, here we go. Snacks on defense. Snacks is a big old boy. Let's see what he can do. Under 2 minutes to go. They try to go inside to Carter. Pine-Bluff now with the ball. Here's Campbell bringing that ball around into the hands of McNair. Out to Carter. They swing it around. Three-point attempt for UAPB. No good. Snacks tipped it. They shoot over Snacks. And a basket made by UAPB.
Calm down, Snacks. You got to get that ball in. You got to get that ball to Snacks right now. If you're Jonas James, you got to put the ball in Snacks' hands.
Here's Snacks with it. Snacks shoots, and oh, it's an air ball, but it goes out of bounds, and it will go back.
Snacks shot it from the other side of the SWAC side.
A minute 25 to go. Snacks in the ball game. Here's Pine-Bluff with a missed shot, but he tapped it right back in. 1:15 left. They're going to know, they're going to give it back to Snacks. Snacks, the manager for Jackson State. But JSU almost lost that ball out of bounds, and it will stay with the Tigers. 1 minute, 6 seconds to go. Thomas Lee, better known as Snacks, in the ball game for Jackson State. And they get it to Lee.
They get it to Snacks.
Snacks shoots from midcourt. Snacks almost hit it. Wow. This is the most intriguing part of the ball game. Three-point attempt for Pine-Bluff, no good. Rebounded by the Golden Lions. Knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the Lions with 58 seconds left. Snacks shot that from the J on the floor.
Yes, he did.
Snacks didn't dribble. He didn't move. He just shot it from the J.
Snacks just.
Pine-Bluff inside, and the Golden Lions score, making it 73-52. Will they give it back to Snacks?
Snacks got to get that basketball.
Jonas James has it. He'll give it to Snacks. Snacks for three. Oh, off the back iron. No good. Snacks 0 for 3 in the ball game. Pine-Bluff in the meantime scoring off the misses by Snacks. Okay.
Get up the floor again. Jonas
38
James.
seconds to go.
Jonas James is trying to get it to him. Jonas James gets it to him again.
Here's Snacks with 3. Snacks busted. Snacks hits the 3. Snacks. Snacks knocks down the 3. Oh my goodness. Snacks buried the 3 for Jackson State.
Snacks nailed that three-point shot.
Wow.
Rebound.
16 seconds to go. Here's Snacks again. Oh, it was just a little bit too long. Snacks buried that 3, giving Jackson State a 76-54 lead. And what a night for Jackson State. And that will end it with 8 seconds to go. Oh my goodness. Pine-Bluff with the layup to make it 76-56. And the Tigers will win the basketball game 76-56. What a game tonight. And they are mobbing Snacks as he buried that 3. Wow. That's a cool thing to do.
It really is. It really is.
That was really good to see Snacks get that 3 for Jackson State.
Oh, now here's the cutting down of the nets.
All right.
Oh, wow.
We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with Coach Brent after this on the Tiger Sports Network. Huh? They're going to cut the nest down. Hope that Valley won, but they got blew out.
Hey, see that with the most. Yeah, them down there, man. Texas up.
Will be what?
They Alabama State to win.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Texas up and get that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they Alabama State to win.
Okay.
The rest of them can stay like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because we got Alabama State next.
Oh, they got plenty of time for that one.
Yeah, they got left a minute. Hey. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Shoot that. Welcome back to the Athletics and Assembly Center. Jackson State victorious tonight over Arkansas Pine-Bluff 76-56. Joining me now, Jackson State head men's basketball coach Wayne Brent. Coach, congratulations on this victory. 2 in a row for you, for your team on this final home game of the regular season for your Tigers. Just talk about how you came out. Talk about how you came out, got that big lead and never looked back.
You know what? I thought our guys showed a lot of effort, showed a lot of energy in the beginning. You know, you never know what you're gonna get on the senior night. But you know, our 4 seniors started along with Jonas being a junior. But I thought our 4 seniors got us off to a great start. I think we were up about 20 points at the half. So they did exactly what we needed done going into that first half.
And coach, now as you get ready to hit the road, what do you take from this game that you can apply to those two?
You know, I think just the effort. We know we got a 2-game season. We're still trying to get that 3rd or 4th spot with two games to go. We got to go to Alabama State. We take them one game at a time. And Alabama State, like we told the guys, every game for us is a playoff game. And we started that with the Valley game. So the first 2, we won those 2. So we got Alabama State next. We just take them one at a time, and we'll treat it like a playoff game.
Well, Coach, one light moment in the game. Later in the game, you put in Thomas Lee. Everybody loved him at Snacks. And he hit a shot for you, Coach.
Yeah, you know, he's been around for a long time. He was a manager before I got here. I think Snacks may have been a manager for the last 12 or 13 years. So he's been a pillar of the program for a long time. And before the season started, he asked me, Coach, on that last game, will you let me dress out? And then as the season got going, it turned into not only dressing out, but Coach, you think I can get in the game? So I told him it was up to the guy that they had a 20-point lead and we would get him in the game. Well,
Coach, he can hit a shot from way out there, and he took 4 shots and he made 1. So everybody was happy to see that, Coach.
Right. I mean, I think the team was really excited about him making the shot.
Well, Coach, congratulations on this win, and we'll see you in Alabama. Anything else, Coach?
That's it.
All right, Coach Wayne Brent, Jackson State head men's basketball coach, as the Tigers defeat Arkansas Pine-Bluff by the score of 76-56. The highlight of the night was Thomas Lee hitting a 3-pointer for Jackson State. He is the longtime manager for the Tigers. He knocked down that 3, and Jackson State wins 76-56. Up next for the Tigers, a Thursday night game in Montgomery, Alabama. In Montgomery, Alabama, as the Tigers take on Alabama State. Well, Bill Wilson back in the studio and Frank Williams Jr. here courtside. I'm Rob J. saying so long from the Athletics and Assembly Center. Again, the final score, Jackson State 76, Arkansas Pine-Bluff 56. This is the Tiger Sports Network. So long, everybody.
Summer Williams just finished, and up now is Casey Lucky. Next up, Kristen Parker. Deasia Mitchell. Shelby Augustine. Monica Holmes. Alexis Payton. Sherelle Jones. Coach LaShonda Cousins. Coach Richard Bradley. Coach Juanita Ward. Coach Daryl Hudson. And head coach Tamika Reed. Your SWAC regular season champion, Lady Tigers.